You hear all the time about movies not aging well, and comedy movies in particular. While this exists on some scale, this is way overblown. In this video, I'm going to go through a high school comedy shot in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and I'm going to get into why these still hold up today. Kicking it off with 1982's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And this is an absolute must-see if you haven't already seen it. And even if you have, it's definitely worth the rewatch. The film follows the sophomore years of Stacey Hamilton and Mike Ratner and their older friends Linda Barrett and Mike Damone. The film also follows the subplots of Stacey's older brother Brad's journey through senior year and his struggle to figure out what he wants in life, and also Jeff Spicoli's struggle to the finish line of the school year. When I think of the slice of life genre, this is the movie that comes to mind. And it's no shocker that audiences today, including myself, who started high school 30 years after the film's release, can still connect with it. The film explores universal themes of love, wondering where you fit in the world, and the overall transition into adulthood. It doesn't matter that they don't have cell phones or that the cars they drove look different. What does matter is the human connection. And honestly, I don't think high school is vastly different today than it was 42 years ago. And if the characters feel particularly real, it could be because the movie is based on screenwriter Cameron Crowe's experience going undercover as a high school student at Claremont High School in San Diego.
Hey, you in my class? I am today.
Flash forward 17 years to American Pie. We follow a group of sexually frustrated seniors in high school who make a pact to lose their virginity before they graduate and learn several lessons about sex, love, growing up, and friendship along the way. Like Fast Times, American Pie hosts several realistic and relatable characters, including Vicky, the romantic who fantasizes about a perfect love life, Steve Stifler, a completely reckless douchebag who throws all of the parties and fucks all the hot chicks, Michelle, the band geek who just wants to fit in, and Jim, the perpetually sexually frustrated and curious boy who resorts to using a warm apple pie as a masturbation device because he is told that is what a vagina feels like. And even though this movie just celebrated its 25th birthday, the film still highlights characters we all know from our high school days and explores universal coming-of-age experiences, touching on sexuality in taboo ways that aren't often openly discussed.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
I love you.
And then for the 2000s, let's look at Superbad. We follow high school seniors Evan and Seth on a night in the closing weeks of their high school years, hoping to score booze, attend a kick-ass party, and get laid. Along the way, they explore the idea of what spending college apart from each other will look like and what their friendship means to each other. Even though this movie is going on 18 years now, it still provides everyone with a familiar scene. Everyone had a best friend in high school. Most people didn't go off to college with that best friend. Most people wanted to party and have sex in high school. And everyone had those closing months, weeks, and days of high school. We may have experienced these days differently from each other, but we all experienced them and we all feel a certain way about them. And like the aforementioned movies, the characters come off as real people and genuine. It's because they were based on real people. Screenwriters Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen loosely based the movie on their senior year of high school.
I hear you, man. Give my middle nut to start dating Becca.
Becca's a bitch.
And as you can see, all three of these great comedies still hold up today because they share universal experiences, hold universal themes, and have genuine real-life characters. It really doesn't matter at all how long ago these movies were made. I feel like too many comedies today are too hell-bent on originality, reinventing the wheel, and adhering to ridiculous and inauthentic politically correct standards. And if you're like me and you love Fast Times at Ridgemont High, American Pie, and Superbad, you'll want to check out my list of my top 10 teen comedies of all time.